Hello, YouTubers, and welcome back to another Walking Dead Survivor stream here on the Legacy Anarchy channel. I'm, as always, your host. So, for today's episode, we're going to talk about how region relocation can't come soon enough for my secondary region. Mostly because of the fact that we just faced off against 22-33, and yeah, pretty much it was a fucking nightmare. Everything sucked across the board. It was so bad, dude. Like, so fucking bad. I think the one dude that actually sent me some stuff here, I believe he used to be part of our region and then he left us. As it was, I ended up taking 17th in the overall rankings. We lost, obviously, very handedly. We got 0 points on our side for the thing, and then they kicked the shit out of us on the other side is what it was. So, but at least I ended up 11 through 20, got 4 extra keys on this, and was able to get my 10 mil on too, for that matter. And yeah, it's just, yeah, they took 17,270 and we had 0. Of course, they were outranking us by like almost 4 times the amount of. This is what I don't understand about how they do rating systems in this game, because it's like my region has just over 7 billion points, and their region has like almost 28 billion. It's like 27.5 billion basically. And it's like, how is that even, like, damn well you're basically having a bunch of people who are like a dead region, more or less, which is what we are, because we got a single clan. Here's what it is. That's not even totally full right now. That people seem to be leaving every few days to a few weeks or whatever it is now, which is kind of stupid, because it's like, why wouldn't you want to get the points at the very end of the season, dude? Like, it just seems retarded to just sit there and do nothing, which is what the one guy who was there's actually 2 different guys. There was Common initially, that was the original region chief, and then there was Al-Qaed, or I think that's what his name was, or something. And they both have left the clan at this point completely and have just dipped out. And I'm just like, the fuck, dude? It makes no sense at all. And now we got Percy being the current region chief now, is what it is, for the last couple of weeks. So I'm whatever at this point. I'm leaving this fucking dead region as soon as we get a chance to, is what it is, which is going to be region relocation happening, and I don't even know how long it's going to be now. I know it's the 24th is when we have yeah, it's supposed to be the 24th is when we have, I believe, the end of the season. So that'll be like roughly 2 weeks from now, I think is what it is. Yeah, it'll be 2 weeks from, like, technically at reset tonight, old mark, I think exactly 2 weeks from now is what it is. I just want to check that to 100% confirm right now. So, but yeah, it's not fun, man. It's very unfun for sure, and it's almost like, what's the fucking point, really? Because there's really not one, dude. Like, yeah, it absolutely sucks ass, and it's just like, yeah, like I totally get why certain people are like, just like fucking a clock, basically, because it makes sense. It makes sense to just say, no, like, we're not even gonna bother with this bullshit or whatever now. And it's sad. It's sad and it's pathetic as well at the same time, because you're basically giving up before you even get a chance to go. So I don't know. It's whatever, man. It's not my fucking deal, honestly. But like I said, it's like, I would much rather be in a place where I know I'm going to get like gear. Because that's the thing. Like, even being in this region right now for like the last really like 2 seasons or so, I've basically gotten fucked over because of reward stuff and stuff like that. Because it's like, I'm trying to be as active as possible, and like, that's all well and good, but when you're in a dead region, like, it's almost damn impossible to get anything, dude, is what it is. Like, you are so fucking far behind the curve at that point. It is not even funny anymore. And yeah, it's you're basically playing to lose, if you will. Like we're not. I'm not quite to the point where I'm not getting anything like any kind of advantage out of this and stuff. But like it's very fucking close right now, dude. So yeah, my plan right now is basically take the money. Not that I really will have the money to blow and stuff on this, but like I think it's worth it to just take like the $5 or $10 that we're just gonna take to move then and just go, because there is no reason to stay here any longer after this season. The sad fact is we started out as a pretty decent region to begin with, and then you just had a fuck ton of people dip out like the first chance to, like, basically what we had was, I forget if it was season 2 or 3. I think it was season 3 is when they did the merge thing, whatever the case be, which it used to be like 4 or 5, I think, if I'm not mistaken, in my other account back in the day, like the original account. So yeah, I think it was like season 3 or something like that is what we had for the most part for this. And then it ended up being a situation there where you had people doing whatever then. And then from there, it basically became this giant shit show for a long time. And now it's like essentially what happened was you had merge happen. We got a little bit stronger, I think, initially. And then we just got super weak, super quick, because people started realizing like, oh, there's not really a reason to be here anymore, because like there's not a whole lot of, folks that are active or whatever the case be, or super active or whatever it is. And so originally we were like, I want to say we were like 3 clans strong initially is what it was. And then we ended up being like 2 clans, and now it's basically a single fucking clan in the entire region. And it's because so many people over the last, like, I would say, because we're only in season 6 right now is what it is. And I think it was basically season 4 and 5, you had a lot of people jump out. And then, like, right before season 6 started here, like, whoever was left that didn't jump out previously to that was like, okay, I'll see you guys later. So, yeah, we basically got totally fucked over is what it was. And it's fucking ridiculous is what it is, dude. It really is sad. Because we were a really good region to begin with. But that's the problem when you have, like, everybody else and their brother being like, oh, well, we got more pay-to-win people over here that want to play with us. Let me go over there now, kind of thing. And it's like, yeah, and then you fuck the rest of us over that can't jump immediately is what it is then. So, unfortunately, in some cases, it is selfish behavior that causes a lot of this shit. In other cases, it's whatever. As it is right now, the world's divided thing we're in right now. It is the people that are part of Odin as the those clans who used to be part of us is what it was. So, and they're not even fully 100% in each clan is what it is. You got 77, 92, and 75 respectively for that coalition. And then for the other one, it's 59, 33, and 50. So for 147. But it's 2230. That is the one that's kind of a bunch of bullies to us is what it is there. And then, yeah, we're going to lose pretty handily is what it is right now. And we'll end up taking first, thankfully, of secondary rewards is what it is. So what I'll end up with on this end of the season is going to be 60 golden season tokens, 170,000 silver season tokens, the second place permanent frame reward, and then 54 Negans guaranteed. And then if, whoever wants to throw me either a long range or a key or something like that, maybe I'll get a key or something. But that's a big if. I don't think I'm going to get anything else on that one except for that stuff. And then as it is right now, I'm 85th in merit for the season. We just got 2 weeks left to go right now is what it is. So as long as I can maintain top 100 there, I will end up with 28 legendary fragments. And then for commendation, I'm currently 97th. I don't think I have any more that I can throw out there. No, I don't. Okay. So yeah, I'm currently 97. So I'm almost right at the 100 mix, which is not good because anything below 100, I'll get fucked over pretty hard on that one. Because as it is right now, 51 to 100 is 30. It's 30 universal fragments, 30 long ranges, 12 keys, 15 million bullets, and 2.5 days of anything speed up. Versus if you go to 101, it drops to 23, 23, 9 for the frags, long ranges and keys, 12 million for the bullets, so down by 3 mil, and then it takes away 12 hours, takes you down 2 days for the speed up stuff. So it depends. I don't know how long it's going to be though, but yeah, as it stands there, and then we're going to take second right now in coalition stuff. So I'll end up with 30 more fragments there. So basically, if I can maintain where I'm at right now, status wise, I will end up with, let me see here, 30, 60. I'll end up with 88 fragments right now. If I end up dropping below 100, I will lose 7, so I'll go down to 81, which is still not bad overall for the season. And then, of course, I'll end up with some other stuff, too, for that matter. But, yeah, it's not – I don't know. It just – it sucks to be weak, basically. And I feel like, truthfully, if I was getting more stuff a day, both through being in a, better region and, more or less better clans and stuff like that is what it is there, I could probably end up in a better position right now. So, like, pretty much that's what I'm going to do next season is I'm going to set myself up for success instead of, continued failure here, because eventually I think what's going to happen is, like, the 20, 30 people that are in this region that are still, like, pretty much active daily is what it is there. I think they're all going to leave and go someplace else is what it is, whether it be the same exact region or whether it be, a different region entirely, if that be the case. So who knows? But I don't want to be here and be one of the last couple people that basically gets a do nothing account at that point. Like, I'd much rather be in a position where I know what's going to happen. I know what's going to do, what everything is going to go on basically, and not end up in a situation there where, I'm basically having to struggle to even get like points a day is what it is or something. So yeah, to me, it's not really worth it to do continued staying here is what it is, and continuing just, the pure frustration and whatnot is what it is there, because there's really no reason to. There's really no reason to at all. I just checked on the thing right now. As it is, we got, obviously, season skirmishes are going to start at reset again, so that's nice. They'll give us a few more frags there is what it is. Supply rush starts then too, and then in a few days we're going to get a mixture madness again, starting on the let's figure this out. So technically, every single day it says is like the previous day. So technically, Thursday will be Wednesday night, Friday will be Thursday night, Saturday will be Friday night, so it'll be Saturday. I'll be getting Mixture Madness again then, so that's good. There should be enough there, actually, in that one, I think, maybe to even do my my last dude in my main region up to its T10. To its final T10, I should say. Because right now I think I was like roughly 600 or 700 away from what I need to finish that off right now, and that should be another 300 there, and I think it was like another few hundred I'll get over the next couple of days for the current, next day or so for the Turn the Cards event and stuff, so yeah, it should be fun. I'll tell you what, though, man, those fucking bingos have been fucking me over the last couple of days, 100%. Like, one thing I keep realizing with that game is just don't pay into it, basically. Like, that's my best advice I can give to anybody out there. Like, don't blow the 5K for extra tickets and stuff like that, because it's really not worth it, because at the end of the day, you're maybe going to make back, like, 3 or 4K. Like, you're going to lose at least 1,000 rubies every single time at minimum. So yeah, that's the problem too that pisses me off, is like this 1,000 fucking thing for everything is what it is there for extra shit, when in reality it should be a couple hundred at most, maybe 500 at the maximum is what it is per thing then. So, but yeah, it's just a bunch of shit, honestly. But as it is right now, it'll be about 4 hours from now will be the other event for the deal. And so basically it's just going to be me doing that thing if that be the case then. So Yeah, what my plan overall is then I think is going to be it'll be jumping to 2233. What's sad too is people were like messaging me and stuff like that during this Lines We Cross event here, and they're like, "Man, you look like you're in a dead region." And it's like, and I straight up told them, I'm like, "Yeah, we pretty much are, man. We got like one clan right now is what it is going, and like I'm ready to just leave. Here's what it is." And they're just like, "Hey, if you want to come on, come over. Here's what it is." So yeah, that's pretty much my plan right now is what it'll be, because that's my thing. If you're inviting me someplace, dude, and you're like, "Hey, like you're welcome here if you want to come over here," whatever the case be, it's like, okay, cool. Like I'll see you guys in a month or whatever it's going to be then. So, and I'm dead serious about that one. Like there's no reason not to. No reason not to go over there at all. So, yeah. Hopefully then I can at least get, what will be nice too as well if I'm in one of those clans that has like close to 100 people in it and stuff like that. Maybe we can actually get the stuff for the tails done on a regular basis then, and not just have it be a giant fuck you basically. So because that's pretty much what it is right now, unfortunately. And it's pathetic, is what it is, dude. It's sad too, for that matter, because it's like, yeah, we can't even get we don't know if people anymore to get anything above a 3 now. So it's just pathetic, is what it is. So anyway, but yeah, my plan right now I think is going to be do what needs to be done there. Like I said, finish off the season strong here for the next couple weeks. So it'll be doing whatever, doing my dailies and stuff with everybody, and then yeah, it'll pretty much just be after that, just dipping out legitimately and saying hasta luego, motherfuckers. So, because to me, there's no reason not to. And it's not like I'm, it's not like these people are bad or anything like that, right? But like, at the same time, like I said, it's just there's not enough people, is what it is, dude. Like, there's no reason to be here anymore. And it'd be cool if a couple of them would join me, honestly. But like today, actually, here's a good example of stuff. I forget what the one guy's name is even in the clan right now, if he even has a name. Let me see if I can find this motherfucker right now. Yeah, he just has like a weird icon, is what it is. Like, it's not really. Yeah, let's see if I can figure out who this dude is now. Hmm. Did he just leave, or what the fuck? No, it was a different guy. I'm trying to see if I can find this guy's damn icon now. No. Oh, here we go. Yeah, he doesn't even have like a name. I'm trying to figure out how the fuck they pulled that one off. But he's an R4 in the clan, whereas I'm an R3 right now for some reason. And I was mentioning something to him because I know damn well he was not sitting in the one spot, because I jumped over the one thing to make the exchange on our side or whatever it is there. And he tried to give me shit. People are yeah, the one guy that basically, see, that's what pisses me off too. There's a pay to win dude that's been a pay to win for like the entire thing or whatever then. And he what was I gonna say then? Yeah, he straight up like just left. Like he was like a pretty big beat stick the first couple seasons when it came to just like throwing a bunch of money down is what it is. And then like his account's just been dead for like several seasons, just sitting there doing nothing. And it's like, what's even the point, dude? Like, give the fucking account to somebody else, bro. Shit, give me the fucking account and I'll use it to great success is what it is in the future. But unfortunately, he's just sitting there doing nothing is what it is now. So it just sucks, dude. Like, that's what I don't understand. Like, how are you, like, I could see if you're going to put, like, you know, like, let's say $50 into a fucking account or whatever the case be. Like, I could see, like, abandoning that account maybe at some point if you don't feel like, you know, playing anymore or whatever. But, like, this dude legitimately admitted to putting, like, at least a couple $1,000s into this fucking account so you could be a T10 in, like, the second season or something. And it's like, bro, like, why the fuck would you just leave that account? Like, the only thing I could think is maybe you went to jail or something for, like, fraud or some shit, like, because that would explain a lot, honestly, of how you were able to get that kind of cash just, like, you know, to piss away on a game and stuff. But, like, at the same time, it's like, I don't know, like, something just feels off on that one. So, yeah, it just, like I said, it just kind of infuriates me is what it is, but I'm going to go ahead and see if I can screen share this or not. I don't know if I can or not. Nope, it's still being dumb and doing this bullshit again. So, yeah, I was going to try and screen share the game right now is what it is, but it won't let me, unfortunately. But yeah, basically the plan is to do what needs to be done to get, you know, whatever for the last couple rewards for the season or whatever it is there. And then from there, it's basically just going to be, you know, as soon as region relocation opens, like day number 1, I'm gone. I'm going to jump over to 233 is what it'll be then. And letting them know that right now is what it is. So, yeah. Because it's like, I want to be, like, that's the thing, right? And I think, honestly, not only would it be a good thing for me to get for more points and stuff like that, or you know, better rewards and stuff on dailies and stuff like that's what it is there. It would also be a good way for me to be able to do stuff then and be able to get further ahead in a quicker fashion and stuff like that. Because you'd have more people that could actually, like, you know, help me out with, like, builds and other stuff then versus, you know, maybe there's like 10 guys that are like, oh, hey, here, I'll help you with your build today is what it is. And then you got, you know, you still need like half of it, you know, downed by the money is what it is, or the time frames and stuff like that is what it is there. And they don't have the time to do that stuff for you, whatever the case be, because you don't have enough people is what it is then. Versus if you're in a clan that, you know, is like pretty close to 100 deep and stuff like that, or at least like 85, 90 deep, something like that. You can then have a bunch of people come through and be like, okay, cool, like, you know, click a fucking button every day, and then you're, you know, good to go for the most part, what it is there. So, but yeah, it'll be nice to, like, even if I'm just like a, you know, like rank 3 still, when it's all said and done, I really don't care. Like, it's just nice to be part of something, you know. And not only that, but then, like I said, there's several people that were even mentioning how they were part of that region before that. So, and it's like, yeah, it'll be good to be with those people again and stuff, because going back to what I was saying earlier, like, I know damn well that dude whose, you know, name don't show up, whatever the case be, he was totally not there at all in the one season location for the comm thing is what it is, do exchanging and stuff. And I like called him out and he's like, bro, did you not see I was here before you? And it's like, dude, shut the fuck up. You're such a goddamn liar. Like, that's what I'm saying. It's bullshit like that fucking is like the final straw for me in this goddamn region right now, dude. Like, stop trying to lie to my fucking face, dude. You were not fucking here before I was. Your ass literally fucking followed me over here, knowing full well that I was doing some shit with somebody probably, and you're trying to get in on it. Like, it's just such a snake in the grass fucking coward ass fucking shit, honestly. It's like, just admit your fucking truth, dude. Like, stop trying to fucking gaslight me and shit like that when you know damn well you're a fucking liar. And that's what I'm saying. Like, I want as far away from that asshole as possible right now is what it is. And if that be, you know, 6 regions difference or whatever the case be, then so be it. So, and hopefully it doesn't fucking follow me then is what it is. But Yeah. Like, I'm not about that shit, dude. Like, don't sit there and fucking lie to my face and then act like, oh, fucking, you're in the right. It's like, you're not in the fucking right, dude. You're totally in the wrong. You know you're in the fucking wrong. And you're straight up just trying to lie about it. And that would be one thing. If he was actually telling the truth and it was like he was there before I was, or whatever the case be, like, I would know, like, I would have fucking seen the shit. I did not see him at all until after I had jumped, and then I looked again, and it was like all of a sudden he's there. Because I would have seen him where I jumped to. Like, he would have been like right there to begin with, and there was nobody fucking in that spot. And then it was like a minute or two later, all of a sudden, it's like he's just there. And then he's trying to claim, like, oh, I was here before you. It's like, no, you fucking weren't, dude. Just shut up. I think he made over 10 mil in the thing too, which is fine. He needs to get his shit on too. But again, like, when I'm trying to do an exchange with somebody, bro, like, there's so many other T10s out there you can do an exchange with, bro. I'm like, I'm this weird hybrid of like F1 is T10, everything else is T9. Like, I'm trying to literally do a fucking exchange with some dude for T9 stuff so I can get my 10 mil on, is what it is there. And y'all are just fucking that up. And as it was, it took me forever to get that shit done on both sides then to get 10 million then. Like, thank God I got to it, but like at the same time, it's like it took way longer than it actually should have, is what it is there. And that's the problem. It's like I said, you got people who are like, I wouldn't say this is like a total whale region for sure, but like there's definitely a lot of pay to wins in 233. There's what it is, which I'm fine with. And again, that's the thing. Like, that's where I want to be at, right? Because as somebody who is, you know, a free to play for the most part, especially in that account, I haven't spent a dime on that at all right now, except for obviously it's going to be whenever I relocate, then it'll be the only money I've ever spent then for that account. And then it might be like, you know, 4 or 5 seasons down the road when I'm in season X or something like that, then I might spend a little bit of cash on, like, you know, something to get my, like, one of the war passes or whatever for the month to get a bunch of extra boxing gloves and then also get a bunch of extra, things, fragmentation for the main 12 characters. So that way I can actually just, you know, upgrade those guys down the road and stuff like that, because that'll be a good deal. Because I assume by then it'll be something where we're already in 120s and things like that, and I can't, or even like 140s. Well, actually, yeah, if we're in season X, that's when to be 140s then. And I know for a fact might be lucky if I can get to like 115, 120 by then. So, yeah, like that's what I did with the other ones right now, which is in the main account there, I did one like about halfway through the season and found out the interesting fact of had I done it at the beginning of the season, I could have gotten double boxing gloves the entire time and like everything else for double rewards and stuff like that. Been way better off then. But instead I just waited till I had the stuff for like, you know, 1 to 30 done is what it was there for rewards, and then started getting, you know, everything else, and that's what it was. So, but yeah, if you're gonna do the war pass though, I suggest doing it on the first day though, because you're much better off. You're gonna get more rewards in the long run because of just, you know, daily doubleation and stuff like that. That's what it is there and whatnot. So that's what my plan is right now for here in a little bit. Then, yeah, we got, what is the daily count right now? Yeah, we got, as of reset, it'll be 6 more days for this war pass. So like roughly a week from now, I'm gonna probably throw some money out the window then on the main accounts again to get stuff. So I'll end up spending, I think it's like, I want to say it's like 10 a piece if I'm not mistaken on here. Yeah, it's $10 a piece. So I'll spend like $30 there and end up getting a bunch of stuff then whenever the new season starts, because I want to have a full season where I can get boxing gloves and stuff like that for double rewards. So, you know, I'm end up getting 625 of the pass voucher 3. And the reason I want to get that obviously is because with the other ones, I got all my Whisperers trio up to 120s, and now I'm basically sitting here where I have Holly and Rosita, my main account, are still at 118. They're about halfway to 120 right now is what it is, but like they're still like quite a bit off is what it is. And so I figured nothing else, I'll like take, 100 and whatever fragments at that point, because Rosita needs about 55 and then Holly needs like 90, I think is what it is. So it'd be like 145 of the 675, whatever it is there. Get both of those chicks up to 120s, and then I think I'm gonna try to get one of my Whisperers trio guys up to like a 122 or a 124 or something like that, maybe. Or no, I'm retarded. What am I saying now? No, that's right. Okay, so yeah, my plan right now on this one is it'll be getting Holly and Rosita up to 120s, and then I still have Mercer and Laura. They need to be pumped up quite a bit then. Mercer's only a 6'2". Laura's a 6'3". So yeah, I think I'll have enough extra stuff with those guys to where it should be able to get both of them at that point. I believe. I think so. And then as it is right now, every time I'm getting a 12 mil in any of the main accounts, then it's all going towards Call to Arms to White right now. So because all those Pamela fragments that were Pamela before this, Pamela's now at a 100, and it's not worth it to spend 110 to get her to a 102 and stuff like that. Or really it'd be 330 is what you need then to get her all the way up there. So yeah, the plan right now is basically just getting Call to Arms to White to at least a 4-star as fast as possible, and then potentially a 5-star after that then. Because it might be a situation where he ends up joining Negan and Governor then as a third man, then is what it is there. And then the thing with that is if I get him up to 100 then at some point, it'd be nice because then I can actually get him up to a 102 and stuff after the fact, because it'd be every couple weeks now. We'd have that Scavenger Rush game, and I know for a fact as long as you can get enough flashlights in at least one of those, and I think it's every 3 of them, so it's basically once every 6 weeks. You can essentially get like 2 sets a go is what it is there, because you have enough left over and stuff, as long as you're able to get the reward stuff the right way and stuff like that. So yeah, my plan right now is basically just doing that and then getting his ass up to where it needs to be there. And basically what's nice is with Call to Arms to White skill set is that he actually, his stand your ground ability adds a bunch of march capacity and crew defense. So with Negan and Governor, we'll just have a bunch of extra crews, what it is then, and we'll all be cavalry in those ones. Versus right now, you have Pamela being a sharpshooter. And what's nice is, too, having a potential 5-star Call to Arms to White down the road. It'll be a situation there where I will be able to get that dude all the way and have the ability to have him be just like a main crew guy at some point, to where even if I want to go out and just do gathering and stuff like that, he'll already be cavalry and stuff like that, versus Pamela, she's only a sharpshooter. So now granted, it might be down the road some point that I just decide, okay, like here's the deal, like as soon as we get like Call to Arms to White or whatever, then like it might just be something where I'm like, okay, let's do up Ruthless Negan, or let's do up Vengeful Governor and stuff like that. And then obviously get their eventual reward stuff too, is what it is there. So I'm trying to think which one is. Yeah, I think Vengeful Governor is in currents. Yeah, he's in. Yeah, you can either get Governor, Ruthless Negan, or Vengeful Governor fragments out of the Strongest Survivor stuff. And then I believe it is Call to Arms to White or Sniper Andrea are the ones for the Scavenger Rush game. And then it's your baseline dailies for the 12 mil rewards and stuff like that. And a lot of these is Pamela, Ruthless Negan, or Called Arms Dwight. So yeah, if I ever wanted to get like Ruthless Negan up there or something like that, I could always do that after the fact with the Survivor Challenge fragment voucher stuff. So because there is reasons to get those guys up to at least a 4 or 5 star anyway, and it's because of the achievement stuff. For the collectibles, you have basically you want to get the guys all the way to 5 star no matter what, all the time. And then it's everything after that. It's like that's when it kind of becomes a moot point because you have all these dudes. As soon as they hit 5 stars, the next thing for them is 8 star. Like there's nothing for 6 or 7. So it's like I said with going to Pamela and stuff like that, it's not even worth upgrading her and stuff like that, dude, because it wouldn't be until she gets to 8 star that you get another 300 rubies, and that's nothing, by the way. Versus if I was, spend a bunch of time and got Ruthless Negan up right now to 3 stars, I get 1,200 rubies. And if I got Cold Arms Dwight to 4 stars, it's 1,300. If I get Vengeful Governor to 2 stars, it's 1,200. So it actually is worth it on that one. And like I said, it's basically a whole thing there is what it is. As it stands right now, I am 32 technologies away from getting Bright Researcher level 9 rewards. And I am about 400 days away from getting the 1,200 day mark right now for the thing. So that'll be cool. 10-1 level 40 war cart weapon. That's interesting. Yeah, as soon as I get my last gun shop up to right now on this account, I will get 1,000 extra rubies then for own production 5. So that's cool. I'm under 5,000 walker kills right now. I am about 2,000-ish Rootberry armies to go right now before I get that reward. 2,500 walker kills over level 19. About halfway to the abandoned ones. About 3/5 of the way towards golden chest rewards. And I will never get Survivor Challenge because you got to win that 5 times to get the 1,000. So that'll be a never one on that one, unfortunately. But it is what it is, man. Actually, if we can get 4 more wins and lines we cross, I can actually get to 50. That'd be nice. So should play a Survivors at War game here at some point down the road. So anyway, but yeah, pretty much plan right now is to do what I need to do right now and get things done and go from there basically. So, and as soon as I get that stuff accomplished, it'll be a lot better off than what it is. But unfortunately right now it's kind of on the back burner for a lot of the things, unfortunately. So, but yeah, like I said, going back to changing regions and region relocation and stuff like that. Yeah, like as soon as that's ready to roll for the secondary stuff, I'm gone, dude. Like I'm a ghost in 239. Like I'll go to 233 or wherever the fuck else invites me then. Like I think 233 is probably like 233 seems pretty chill. Whereas the people that are Odin, I forget what they actually are. Like the 240s maybe or something. And they just seem like assholes in general. And bullies and stuff like that. Like I feel like that would I feel like if I was gonna go into that place, it would be like some hostile work environment kind of place. There's what it is, where it's like they're basically trying to tell you how it's gonna be kind of thing is what it is, and it's like, nah, bitch, like this is how it's gonna be. And it's like, it's like, yeah, I'll help you out, but I'm not gonna sit there and be your little bitch or whatever the case be for you. Your little whipping boy and stuff. So And yeah, I think that's unfortunately how it is right now. A lot of people over there is what it is, because even the people that were buddies with us back in the day just seem like assholes now is what it is. So I don't know what the fuck the deal happened there is, man, but like if you're gonna act like that, like I don't want to be your friend anymore kind of thing is what it is. So that's pretty much where I'm at with the whole situation. And then like I was saying though, it's just like it just seems like there's a lot fucked up going on right there right now. Unfortunately, and yeah, people just want to be essentially dickheads to each other for no reason. Which makes no sense to me at all, because it's like, what the fuck, man? You know? Like, we used to be buddies over here, like, what the hell happened to you kind of thing, you know? So, I don't know, man. It is what it is. Unfortunately, some people want to be like that, you know? Can't really fix that kind of issue. So, you know, you're damned if you do, damned if you don't is what it is there. So, unfortunately, a lot of people fall into that category far, far too quickly is what it is. So, but yeah, my plan right now, like I said, is going to be doing some stuff, figuring some things out, and just going from there basically. And yeah, I think joining up with a different region for sure right now is the 100% the go-to choice, because there's not really a reason not to, unless it was like something where it was like somebody else offers me a better deal and I'll go to them is what it is there or something. But like, yeah, I just don't I think Odin's already pretty crowded anyway, that region that those people are in and stuff like that. And I just don't like it, just knowing that they were our opponents this go around is what it is there. It's just like, I just don't want to go over there and kind of join the enemy, if you will, and then have it be a situation where it'll be something like what happened with 2134 back in the day, where you just had them basically bully our clan into submission, into a point where it became a non-existent region for several seasons, and then it ended up being a situation where like everybody that basically fucked it up left for the most part, at least the assholes in any way left there, and then basically left it to its own devices. And then you had a bunch of other people from other regions jump in and sort of try to recover it and salvage it and stuff like that. But it still has that reputation of just being a shit place is what it is, because unfortunately with that one, it was Killer Bees being a dick and being in power. And then you had a few other people that were the same way. It was just asshole behavior from about 6 or 8 pay to wins is what it is. So, and that's the problem, dude, when you're going to be like that. That's really honestly why I think some of our people right now that are in our current 144 region are not as high as they should be, because you had Bees as region chief when he was still region chief over there be this total fucking asshole and tell people straight up to their faces that he was just going to stop doing for the season at one point, and just stop handing out region chief duties and stuff like that to people, to where they could actually give people the chance to get ahead by having the ability to go and do what do you call it now? Hang on, let me see what I'm talking about right now. Yeah, he didn't have any specialists. He didn't have any first or second deputies and stuff like that. And he wasn't actually giving out region buffs. So, yeah. Is that what I'm thinking of? Yeah, he wasn't giving out stuff like architect and scientists and stuff like that is what it is. So you couldn't have people get their buildings done quicker, but like a few days and stuff like that. So instead of it, that's the thing right now, if you give that out to people and stuff like that when they request it, you basically get, I think it's a 10% discount or whatever. So if your building costs like 35 days to do or whatever the case be, or 33 days to do or whatever it is, it's usually like 3 or 4 days off then. So you get down to like a month basically. But the problem is when he wasn't doing that for people, they had to pay up and basically waste the entire time of the entire 34 days, 35 days, whatever it is, to do that stuff. And so, yeah, they were way far behind then because of that. And it was just him being a fucking asshole is what it is, dude. And the problem was it wasn't just him because there was other people before him. And it was basically just like, it was essentially like, who's the biggest pay to win dick here is what it is between about 5 people. And yeah, it was, like I said, it was about 5, 6, 7 people, something like that ruined the fucking place. And you had everybody and their brother like sort of dip out to different spaces what it is there after the fact. And now he is, I think, region chief of like 53, or at least he was anyway. And then you have other people, you know, doing their things what it is there. And it's just, it's fucked up, man. Like, it was really just a way to screw everybody over is what it is. And unfortunately, he succeeded in doing that. And now we see the fallout of that, you know, months later and stuff like that. If not like a year later now is what it is. So, and even when we were together, like the last couple seasons here is what it is, like 2 seasons ago, whatever it was, like they were talking about doing a truce or whatever the case be, and then he broke the fucking truce like within a day or two. It was just being a dickhead again. And it's like, dude, what the fuck? Like, stop being a dickhead. Like, seriously. Like, it's pretty easy not to be a dickhead there, bud. Like, you're choosing to just be an asshole is what it is, buddy. So, you know. Like I said, that is what it is, man. Like, some people are just going to be like that no matter what. So, that's why you need to distance yourself from them as fast as possible. And I'm not saying the guy that I was talking about earlier in my current secondary region is that same way. But yeah, he definitely is a liar for sure. Because he was totally not there, dude. Like, I can tell you that for, like, I jumped over there and there was nobody fucking there. And then he's like, oh no, I was totally here before you were. I'm like, no, you fucking weren't, dude. Like, I didn't even say anything back to him at that point because I'm just thinking to myself, I'm like, no, you fucking weren't, dude. Like, quit your lies. I don't want to cause strife is what it is there before I leave, obviously, because he does have the power to essentially kick me out is what it is there. And yeah, I'm not gonna go after that dude is what it is then, because fuck that. Over some petty shit like that is what it is. I mean, the thing is, it is pretty petty though. Like, if you're gonna lie about shit like that is what it is. And like I said, I really just don't want to be around this guy anymore is what it is. So, you know, it is what it is, man. And that's what's gonna happen, honestly. It's gonna be me leaving his ass as soon as possible then. And whoever's left in the rest of this clan then too, for that matter, because it's not worth it. It's not worth it to be in that dead region anymore after this coming season. And if I had been able to have the money before this, I would have jumped before that dude. I'm going to say it like it is right now. So, like, I would have jumped a season ago, honestly, to someplace else then. So, the only reason I stayed is because a bunch of us were supposed to jump to someplace, and then somebody's like, oh, well, you know, it turns out we can't go over there now is what it is or something because there's not enough space or whatever for everybody and stuff. It's like, well, that's your fuck up, dude. Like, be smarter than that. I don't know if that was Comet that was doing that stuff or who it was at the time that was Region Chief. I think that might be who it was. And I feel like that's what he did. Then he just sort of is leaving for the time being, and then he's going to come back in like a season and then jump out. Then is what it'll be. So it is what it is, man. But anyway, going back to what I was saying earlier, though, where I'm at right now on this account for my sharpshooters. Yeah, I'm currently 44.42 of 5,000. So I got 558 left to get right now, which that 300 from the Mixture Madness, it'll take us down to 258 then. So 258, and I'll get at least 60 off of the current Turn the Cards event the next day or so. So that'll be, what did I say? I said 558. So it'll be about 200 left to get then. So that would be, let me figure this out then. About 4 days from now. I should have enough right now, give or take. So, yeah, so this time, probably Sunday or so, I should have enough in the account then to get the shit to 5K is what it is then. And I'll totally use that then at that point, because my plan right now is basically let that burn for at least a week anyway and just start saving up a shitload of stuff for it. And then eventually it'll be the next go around for Strongest Survivor. I'll probably burn through that, what it is there, because I know with the whatchamacallit, with the Scavenge Rush, if you get it on that, it's like 1 billion points it gives you, but that's, you only need like 300 million or so for the flashlights, what it is. So it's not really worth it. You're just wasting stuff at that point, versus if you're doing it during one of these events for the Strongest Survivor stuff, you can actually get like good daily shit on that one, which is nice. So, and that to me is definitely worth it right now, is what it is. So that's my plan right now, is what it'll be. But anyway, but yeah, it kind of sucks to see what's happening to, you know, like good places, what it is for the most part, that just don't have people in, what it is. And that really the problem I have with this game entirely is the longer it goes and you have like dead regions like that, you just never have them do another relocation, or never have them do another merge and stuff like that, because that's what it should be, honestly. Like, I would say like every 2 or 3 seasons there should be some kind of a merger. Like if you have like 4 or 5 like dead-ish regions or whatever the case be, like pull them all together and have them be like, you know, like one semi-functioning region at that point. Or even just have people apply, for God's sakes, for it, and you'd be better off. But no, they don't want to do that stuff. And it's just, again, it's all about the greed-ass money for them is what it is, unfortunately. So, yeah, it's unfortunate that we, you know, have to live in that kind of, you know, gun to the head kind of mentality right there is what it is, where it's like either pay or don't get ahead, basically. And it's like, yeah, that's not right, dude, at all. So apparently, I guess the guy that was Sopai, who passed or whatever, who died a while ago, somebody's saying didn't die, and I think they're just lying is what it is there. I'm pretty sure he did die is what it is. And because there's only one person right now that's claiming that he's still alive, which I don't buy that at all. But yeah, they're not calling themselves Sir Henry. So, and they're currently 3rd for the duels right now, behind one of our guys, and then Cobb Baby from 141. That dude is fucking like super pay to win, dude. I mean, like legitimately, like just all the fucking money. Like, well, the same thing with the person that was Sopai too. Like, they just spent so much money into that fucking account. Like, it just wasn't even funny, dude. And it's unfortunate that people think they got to spend, you know, tens of thousands of dollars, not, you know, hundreds of thousands of dollars at that point to get ahead and stuff. And yeah, it's fucking crazy to me when you have people that are sitting there spending upwards of like 10 grand to get a vehicle in a fucking game. Like, I just don't understand that mentality. And the sad fact is, a lot of the times it's actually kids taking their parents' credit cards and like putting a bunch of charges on it that shouldn't be on there is what it is. So, but yeah, it kind of blows me away to think about that kind of stuff, dude. And it's like, what the fuck, children? So, yeah, it's a bunch of shit, honestly. But yeah, on that note, I think I'm going to go ahead and probably call it a day right now. I got some stuff I got to do in this account right now to get, or my main accounts anyway, to get a little further ahead. Here's what it'll be. I'm going to try to get my game on when it comes to doing a bunch of stuff right now. Not for this Survivor Challenge or anything like that, but like just in general, I need to get all the shit for the daily is what it is right now, so I can get up to 40 million then eventually for the training thing, which will be me doing a bunch of attacks on things. I'm actually really pissed at myself because this morning I was doing the grab things for the operation center. And I didn't even realize I was not in the main one. I was in the stupid card one, or not the stupid ass the badge one instead of in the card one. And I basically pissed away 10 hits for nothing when I could have got 10 hits towards cards potentially. And it was because I was so tired and didn't even realize it. And I was like, and then I realized after the fact, I was like, oh, motherfucker. So, yeah, don't do that stuff when you're exhausted because you will fuck yourself over by accident. I know that for a fact because I can tell you that firsthand, dude. And it sucks ass. It's really not fun. So, yeah, as it is right now, we're not going to get Negans at all this season in this account because we're still in fourth right now. We were in third for a hot minute there, but now we're back in fourth again because a bunch of dickheads from 98 fucked us over is what it is. Took away a couple of our columns here in the last few days is what it is there. And, yeah, it just sucks, dude, but it is what it is. I'm still trying to maintain 500s on this one. My season merit is above 500 mil right now on this. I am still in the 500 range. So as long as I can maintain top 700 anyway for the next 2 weeks now, it'll be, I'll walk away with 5 gold season tokens and 18 fragments on that one per account. So that'll be nice. And then, let's see what else we'll take on this one. Yeah, as long as I maintain top 500 on the thing, I will take 5 more tokens and 15 more things. So, and then we'll take 5th in the thing, which will be another 15 fragments. So let's see, 15, 15. Let's say it was 15, 15. So that's 30. And then 18, so that'd be 48. That's not bad. It's not terrible. It's not terrible. So, I mean, it could be a lot worse than that, unfortunately, but yeah, it is what it is, man. But anyway, what I was saying though was it's kind of fucked up when you see, different stuff going on and people are just trying to screw people over for no reason at all. And it's very sad. It's very sad when you see that kind of stuff happening, dude, because there's no need for it, honestly. And yeah, it's just ridiculous because in the long run, you're actually not only hurting everyone else, you're hurting your own region. Then you wonder why it becomes a toxic environment and people don't want to be with you is what it is then. And it's like, yeah, it's not hard to figure out, bro. Like, it's actually pretty easy to figure out. So, yeah, unfortunately, some people don't get that. And then they wonder why it's like, oh, well, this is a thing, whatever the case be. And it's like, no, it was a thing because you were an asshole, dude. Like, literally, that's what the fucking problem was. It was you being a dickhead. So, and yeah, they don't want to admit to their own selfish behavior, basically, is what it is. So, you end up with these fucking scumbags, is what it is then. So, it's whatever, man. But yeah, that's exactly why I don't like competing against people that are going to just sit there and throw a credit card down the table and be like, it's a black Amex or some shit like that, or whatever the case be, they would say, because it just proves they really in a lot of cases, it really shows they have no skill set at all. And they're just paying to get ahead instead of strategically going through stuff and being like, okay, I got to do this to do that kind of thing. And got to get this to get that kind of thing or whatever the case be versus, they're just like, oh, money, and unfortunately those also tend to be the people in society in real life who are also some of the biggest fucking scumbags because they will constantly, and I mean fucking constantly, dude, berate you and bombard you with all kinds of bullshit and act as if they're so much better than you are and everything else like that, when in reality, in most cases, they are the fucking shit motherfuckers of society, dude. Like, they are some of the worst goddamn people on earth. And it's a situation there where they just want to act like they're so much more superior than you are. And it's like, dude, you have no fucking morals whatsoever in most cases. And that's what it is for a lot of them people, dude. Like, they're completely devoid of any kind of morality, of thinking that fucking, the law doesn't apply to them kind of thing is what it is there. And it's like, that's the kind of behavior that we need to just knock out of fucking society entirely in our country right now is what it is, dude. And like pretty much all Western nations in this world. So, but yeah, it's very sad. And like I said, unfortunately, what it does is it leaves a stain on what was otherwise a good region before these people in these games and stuff, because then it just makes it so that people will be looking at the people that have like known that in the past, or would be like, oh, we're going up against these people like it's a bunch of fucking selfish ass pay to wins or whatever the case be. And in reality, it's not that thing anymore at all. It's a different set of people now that are control of stuff, and they're actually a welcoming environment again, or whatever the case be then. And that's the problem. But it still has that tarnished reputation because of shit. It's like the same thing with people shit talking certain gun manufacturers in real life, like Taurus and stuff like that for decades now, because they don't understand that like that company at one point, yes, it did have a lot of fucking failures because a lot of it was coming out of Brazil and stuff like that from the tooling and manufacturing stuff there is what it is. But since they've moved their manufacturing to the United States, dude, they've improved like crazy is what it is. And they are much better off, and they have a lot less issues with either recalls or like any kind of, parts problems or something like that is what it is. So, and the only time I've known about that, them having an issue at all for that company specifically anymore, was when they did that TX22, and that was like 3 or 4 years ago now that they released that gun, and it was because they did third-party manufacturing for the barrels is what it was, and it was that third-party manufacturer that couldn't fucking rifle the barrel properly without it being all fucked up or whatever after a certain amount of rounds through is what it was then. I know that for a fact because I got one of those guns, and then they ended up having to send me new barrels what it was, which, by the way, Taurus made that right, 100%. And when I talked to the girl, because they moved to Georgia from Florida at that point, and I talked to this little girl with this fucking like little Georgia peach kind of accent is what it was there. And she was like, oh yeah, we don't have any of those in stock right now, but like, we'll get you one out whenever we can, kind of thing is what it is, like that kind of thing. And yeah, legitimately, it was like a couple of days later, I look at my mailbox and there's a fucking package there from them. So it must have been they had just like made a bunch of new ones or whatever the case be that day, even for that matter. And then they just, threw one in a package for me is what it was. Then do right is what it was. So, and that's what I'm saying, dude. Like, that's why I will stick with companies like that, because if you're gonna, make it right for me that quickly, like, why wouldn't I, stick with you as a brand and stuff like that? Because, if something happens in the future where it's like a bad issue or whatever the case be, like, I know for a fact you're going to make it right then, potentially. So, but yeah, my whole thing is like, go back and, correlating that to the game here is what it is. Unfortunately, it's the exact same deal there, where it's like it takes only a couple people to fuck something up, and then it takes so much more time and effort for other people to make it good again. So, okay, so I'm gonna make sure something here. Yeah, we're still fucked up on the thing. It's not showing game content for some reason. I would have shown game content, obviously, if it had it pulled up or not, but it's not going to do that right now, so it's whatever. But yeah, like I said, though, it sucks, dude. To have to be part of something that is like do nothing because the game manufacturers, the game makers, whoever it is there, they refuse to actually give people free shit and like a free way to get out of here is what it is. And now you're forcing them to like pay their way out basically. And it's like, to me, that's so not right at all, dude, because it's like, again, it's just greed. It's like, oh, it's only like $5 here or whatever. It's like, yeah, dude, that might be the case or whatever, but like, That's still $5 I got to put on my own fucking pocket to move for another place that I shouldn't have to fucking pay money for. You know, it's a bunch of shit, honestly, dude. So, yeah, it's very fucking infuriating for sure. But anyways, and I realized something now that I kind of did stupid, which is I upped my dudes a little bit here the other day, which I need to possibly down some guys when I do that move, just to make sure I'm not paying a ton of extra money or anything like that. I think I'm okay right now. I think they reset it to where it's like I should be under the threshold for whatever the cheapest way to jump out then is, because I'm not going to pay like $20 to jump out then. But if I can figure out how to, like, you know, down a couple of my guys to the point where I can have, like, you know, way less than that, would be a good deal then, is what it is. So, but anyway, what was I saying then? Oh yeah, that's right. So yeah, the whole point is, though, it's like, yeah, you shouldn't have to, like, you know, throw a bunch of hard-earned money out the door is what it is there, just to get out of, you know, something you don't want to be part of anyways, what it is there. So, and unfortunately, that's how the world seems to work anymore, is people just wanting, you know, every dollar you have, basically. Or if it's not, you know, cold hard cash, it's fucking the land you own. So, which is what we're seeing in the Carolinas right now, where it's these scumbag mega corporations that are trying to fuck people out of their ancestral wealth, ancestral homes, etc. there. So, it's not right, man. It's really not right. Okay, so I just found something out. It took almost 400 milk in the Season X account right now that I'm in to get between 10 and 20 million for the strongest survivor is what it was then. So that's good to know. So if I ever need to do this again, I know that for a fact it takes like 400 to get to 10 mils, what it is then, basically. So, well, that being said, I've been talking this whole time for the last, I don't know, maybe 8 to 10 minutes or so, give or take. Maybe closer to 15 minutes, actually. I've been actively doing the carnivores grabs right now in this account. So it's worked out pretty well so far. But anyway, yeah, it just kind of sucks to know that, you know, when it's all said and done, so many people are just willing to throw other people under the bus for no reason at all, dude. And like I said, like that guy, the guy in the second region and stuff like that could have been cool about shit, but like, no, he was purposely trying to be a dick, is what it was, and a liar. And I'm just like, fuck, dude. Like, what is your problem? So, yeah. And like I said, I'm not gonna say anything because it's like, you know, I'm not gonna get kicked out of the fucking clan right before the end of the season here, because fuck that shit. So, I'll just leave it be then, or just act like I didn't even see his fucking post or whatever it was then. So. Anyway, what was I saying then? Oh yeah, that's right. But yeah, so basically, the issue comes down to being that when you start looking into a lot of this stuff, what you end up with is a situation where no matter what, you're gonna end up having people wanting to pay to get ahead like crazy, and then just actively willing to fuck everybody else over is what it is then, unfortunately. And it sucks, dude. It really does. Because it really doesn't need to be that way at all. And when it is that way, all it does is basically turn everybody sour very quickly, is what it is then. So, it's unfortunate like that. Yeah, I believe it was just over 10 mil to begin with in this, and right now, after doing 500 carnivores things, I'm at 24,418,000 and change. So, took me up about 14 mil, give or take. Not bad, but it could be a lot better, honestly. So, let me check my thing right now on this. Now we're at 27. Is there a way to get to 5 mil? Is the question right now. Probably not. Yeah, probably not, but who knows? We'll see. What this bulletproof gives me. Oh, no, I'm almost there. Okay, well then, if that be the case, then we will do up some stuff then. So, anyway. But yeah, like I said, it just kind of sucks, dude, to know, like you're just trying to get ahead basically, and you can just never get ahead is what it is. Because there's always going to be somebody trying to fuck you over is what it is then. So, you got 3 days on that. Okay, almost there. Nice. Got the 5 mil. Fuck yeah. Alright. But yeah, so anyway, going back to what I was saying. You basically have a situation there where people, no matter what, are going to do what they want to do. And, if they think they can get ahead by throwing down a bunch of cash, or if they think they're, hot shit because they throw down a bunch of cash, whatever it is, doesn't matter. You'll have that in society. And unfortunately, it's not going to be until later on down the line that those people are very much going to be humbled at some point in their lives, because they're going to fuck around with the wrong person, they're going to piss the wrong person off, etc. And it's either going to be them getting their ass kicked, potentially killed even for that matter, or it'll be a situation there where you essentially have them, end up putting themselves into some stupid shit and finally face real consequences through, being charged criminally and stuff like that. That's what it is there or something. So, which I think is exactly what we're about to see happen with Jack Doherty, which thank fucking God for that, dude, because that kid is a piece of shit menace to society in general, who just needs to be legitimately locked the fuck away for about the 150 felonies he's committed already in this country. Because he's committed, seriously, that guy's committed, dozens and dozens of fucking felonies over the last couple of years now that he's been basically given the hit by YouTube. Here's what it is. And it ain't right, dude. That guy, the dude should really be in prison right now for sex trafficking and stuff like that, because he's having, as far as my understanding is, he's having a bunch of girls out there who are just barely 18 years old sign OnlyFans contracts where he's essentially stealing money from them off the top, basically forcing them to do sexual content, and then taking the money and basically giving them a little bit of cash from it, let's say 5%, 10%, whatever it is there, and then pocketing the other 85, 95%, something like that's what it is then. So And it's like, I'm pretty sure there's a lot of crimes related to that dude that are all legitimately like sex trafficking related crimes to be then. So yeah, hopefully that motherfucker gets nailed to the wall pretty soon is what it is there. For something anyway, and then it just becomes, prosecutor just is like, hey, like we can get him on this shit too, or whatever the case be, and it's just them building like this giant case against his ass for like the next couple of months or something like that, and then it's like, end of the year, early next year, something like that. It's like, yeah, now you have this asshole's name being like nationally known, or whatever the case be, because it's like, yeah, this fucking scumbag finally got taken down, and he's gonna be sitting in prison for a long time, hopefully, but hopefully that's the case, but unfortunately, with our society, it's most likely never going to happen because, people are fucking dumb and don't want to actually deal with pieces of crap like that and take them out of our fucking society through imprisonment and things like that. And we really just let them walk free and do all kinds of crime still, what it is then. So, although it could be something too where Jack just pisses off somebody like that idiot Tanner Cook did. It just happens to be the wrong concealed carry holder at that point. Or doing some stupid shit in a constitutional carry state and gets clapped or whatever the case be. So, who knows? But I'm actually surprised that Tanner Cook guy actually survived that shit. And what I think is really sad about that situation entirely is you would think being that kid's father, you would be like, yeah, my son was being a dumbass. Like, he basically fucked around and found out or something like that. But no, you had his dumbass fucking dad like prove exactly why that entire bloodline is wiped out of this fucking nation. Because his dad came to his fucking defense and was all like, that dude totally shouldn't have shot my son who was fucking with him the entire time. That's like, the hell he shouldn't, dude. The motherfucker, well, first off, your kid was like at least 1.5 feet taller than this fucking short ass guy he was fucking with. Number one. And then number two, he was basically being aggressive, getting in the guy's face and thinking he wasn't going to get fucking shot. And like trying to do a bunch of bullshit is what it was, dude. For fucking so-called content. Which is not even content at that point, dude. It's just crap is what it is. And that's one thing that really does piss me off about this site is you got these fucking douchebags that are basically being given the nod by whoever at this point. It used to be Susan. I don't know who it is now that does that shit. But it's, yeah, they're basically giving these scumbags the fucking nod to do whatever the fuck. And in reality, it's like you're basically incentivizing them committing crime is what it is for content, dude. And it's so fucked up is what it is. So, yeah, it's very infuriating for sure. And unfortunately, son of a bitch, just got knocked down by one of these dudes out randomly. Wish I had known that was going to fuck me over like that. Because I would never hit into that guy. So, anyway, that's the problem. Some of these people are like legit, like what they say they are, but like other ones are like not anywhere near that, what it is. And then, yeah, unfortunately, you got the guy right there that just got smacked into, and it was like a brick wall, literally. So, anyway, but yeah, it's just very infuriating though that you got these. Oops, I didn't really take myself out of the stream there for a sec. I misclicked on some stuff. But yeah, it's very sad. You got these little jackasses who have grown up in this like basically retard lifestyle is what it is, where they think there's no actions for their consequences, and then they do shit like that. And then they wonder why they get shot or get killed or whatever it's going to be then by just fucking with people is what it is, dude. And it's like, yeah, maybe stop fucking with society, you dickheads. And they're going to be a fucking issue then, you fucking dildos. So, anyway. Apparently last night, the good old Superman, Tiffany Henyard, walks out as trustees address budget deficit. Dude, how the fuck is this cunt still walking free? Like, going back to people that are still walking free as criminals. There is more than enough evidence that the feds have collected at this point that prove that this woman has embezzled a fuck ton of money. Like, I'm talking about millions and millions of dollars. But yet she's still walking free for some reason. It's like, no, dude, arrest her ass on RICO hack charges already and put her away. Like, I know, you know damn well you got enough of a case at this point to at least put her away for a few years. Nothing else. Like, during that few years, like, keep doing your fucking job and find more shit then and keep putting her ass away for more years is what it is then, dude. Like, as soon as she's about to get released on the first set of charges, like, nail her to the fucking wall with like another 25 to life or something like that's what it is. For embezzlement and everything else like that. And extortion and everything else, dude. So, yeah, like it really infuriates the shit out of me, dude, because it's like, first of all, this woman should not even be allowed to hold power at this point in this country because of the fact she's obviously embezzling funds from taxpayers. That's number one. She should already be out of the mayor's office completely. She should be sitting there about to be arrested on a variety of felonies. And the fact that they're not doing that right now, it just shows the absolute slow roll bullshit of our society right now is what it is. That's why I honestly cannot wait for Trump to get back into office, dude, because if we're able to make it to January of next year and he gets back into office and stuff, dude, bro, there is going to be so many fucking criminals that are just going to be getting knocked down. It's going to be a knockdown, drag out, like yank these people out of fucking office legitimately kind of shit. And it'll be so fun. Should I personally join on that stuff at that point? I'd be like, yeah, give me arrest powers, bro. Like, I'll go arrest these sons of bitches myself right now is what it is then. So, anyway. Like, give me that cross deputy stuff, baby. Deputize me and give me the cross deputy powers. So. But anyway. What was I saying then? Oh, yeah, that's right. So, yeah, basically going back to what we were discussing there earlier about people ruining regions and stuff like that. Yeah, you had 2134. That was a decent region to begin with, back when it was originally 409. And then it became like this whole fucked up place where it got merged with other people that became 2134. And then it was those guys that kind of became the dicks that took over and talking about shifting everybody around stuff at that point, which is basically the people that were like sort of like, it wasn't really like the whales per se at the time, but it was like, they were sort of like mini whales or like dolphins and stuff like that's what they call them, where they put a little bit of money into the game, not a whole ton, but they were able to get enough put into the game to get further ahead than the rest of us at that time in like season, I think it was 5 or whatever. And then what ended up happening there was you had them basically tell these 4 or 5 people that they wanted to be in this one clan in the coalition. Then they're like, oh yeah, you guys need to come over here kind of thing, and sort of fuck everybody else at that time. Even though they were the ones that were like carrying a lot of our rallies and stuff that we needed to have at that time. And then, you know, since then, obviously I'm carrying my own shit now is what it is. Thank God. But, except for 34s, obviously I still can't beat those things, unfortunately. Like I know I can do one, like I can get like one win if it's all of my accounts together in like a thing, which it's weird. Like I know recently it was, I forget who it was that was carrying the first of it or whatever then, and it was me, myself, and I as like 3 of the 4 other slots or whatever in the Woodbury Army. There's what it was against the Woodbury stuff, and she ended up carrying the first go, and then I ended up taking down, I think it was like the 3rd and the 4th or something like that. So it was pretty interesting. But I think it's because she had so much that she was able to impact on their guys that it was the shit was like way weaker for me to smack it through the other 2nd, 3rd hits is what it was then. So there's a download happening right now internally. So that's good. Hopefully this is a fix for what's been going on recently, which is that every single time I jump on one of these accounts, it keeps fucking up and stuff like that. So it doesn't want to give me my letters and shit the right way then. But who knows? It's probably something else. But anyway. But yeah, the whole entire point though is going back to what I was saying though with what became 2134 then, he basically had this Aqua group come in there and tell people like, oh, you got to be part of this now thing, or whatever the case be, and like sort of trying to dictate terms and be like, oh, it's going to be fine if, if something ever happens, you guys need like one or two of these people back, we'll just give them back to you at some point. They just never fucking did is what it was. And then at that point, it was Killer Bees, who was being a decent guy at the time. And then I think it was Leah Rocks and Marius, who had done whatever then. And the three of them had left for sure. And I know there's a couple other people too that were pretty heavy-handed, whatever the case be. So it was like five. It was like 5 people overall or something that had left, and then they left the rest of us to basically get fucked over. And then eventually it got to a point where you had Megan, who was clan leader at the time, and a couple other people who were basically just like keeping secrets from us. And as it turned out, you basically had Aqua like threatening them the entire fucking season into submission and telling them straight up like, oh, we don't care if you have like dead accounts in your fucking clan right now, and you could remove them and bring people in that are actually still willing to, put forward the time and the effort and be rewarded for it, rightfully so, because they should be, because they're active with fucking accounts and they're helping you win the fucking season. They're just like, oh no, you can't do that shit. And yeah, they just completely fucked us over for some reason, dude. And it was so ridiculous. And it was under the threat of like, oh, you do what the fuck we say, we're going to kick you out of this coalition entirely, and you're going to get shit rewards for the season then. And that's what I'm saying, dude. Like, it's that kind of toxic behavior that started the whole thing. And that was not from Bees and stuff initially. It was from the other people that were the main leadership of Aqua at that time. And then it was after that was when you then had, a bunch of us dip out and stuff after the fact. And that was when you had the one dude pay my way out. And I don't know whatever happened to him at this point. I don't know if he's in 141 right now or if he is in just another different part of my 144 region right now. I'm not sure. I can't remember offhand. He may just be in a different clan in this coalition right now of the 144 region. But yeah, it's when we went to 144 is what it was. And we've been happy ever since then is what it was. Well, at least I was anyway. And then, of course, Megan had issues because we went past Bees again and stuff like that. And he was, for some reason, targeting her for the entire season and stuff. I think it just kind of broke her is what it was there, to where she just, sort of just left is what it was and had to like chill out and go elsewhere and stuff. And that's fine. She's in 141 now and it's whatever. There's still a lot of people from 134 though that jumped with me and stuff who are still here in 144 though. There's a handful that went with Megan in 141 though. And again, that's their choice, Like, we can still be friends, obviously. Nothing really changes there. It's just, don't talk on a regular basis anymore is what it is there, which makes sense because she wasn't talking to me for a long time anyway, so. Or really anybody else for that matter, and that's exactly why they were like, oh, well, fuck this bitch. Like, we're going to just bring another fucking clan into the mix is what it is then. Which is what we did. Now we got back the clan that she had taken over is what it was there, so. But anyway. That's actually what I'm sitting in right now playing, is what is now known as Nova. So it's a good clan. I like it. But anyway. But yeah, it just kind of sucks to, see what happens here with different things and see people that just want to screw people over is what it is and do nothing to get ahead kind of thing is what it is there, whatever, and just completely fuck everybody over is what it is then. So, unfortunately that's how life works in some cases, and it's just people wanting to be dicks to each other then for who the fuck knows why. I'll be damned if I know. Like, I never understood it personally. It's like, why hurt those you claim to love, So, I claim to give a shit about anyway. Like, it just makes no sense to me, And I'm not talking about Megs or anything like that in that situation. I'm just talking about in general. Like, why be that kind of person that just wants to fuck over everybody else when you could easily just be the guy that sort of is a savior legitimately at that point, is the guy that's, helping everybody get ahead and stuff kind of thing. Which I understand at some point it kind of busts you because it's like, you know, you gotta sort of look out for yourself down the line at some point there because, you know, if these other guys are not doing anything to get ahead themselves and be able to carry, you know, anything, like it's like, why are you going to carry them the entire time when all they're doing is just being a freeloader and shit like that? That's why I hate some of these people in this clan right now is what it is. Like that Rick 76 guy and stuff like that in the main region here, because this dude is still a fucking T7, maybe a T8 now, in season fucking 11, dude. And it's like, bro, that's fucking like season 1, season 2 shit that you're in right now. Like, why are you not at least a T9 going on T10 right now? And I don't know if it's just because he doesn't play very often or what the hell it is. Maybe he only plays a couple hours a day or something, but it's like, that's the problem. It's like, you need to play more, bro. You should be at minimum, you should be coming in at least once every 4 to 6 hours. Really, it's once every 4 hours. So that way you can actually do survival challenge stuff during that time span. And then you can actually get, you know, the base reward stuff at that point then. And actually maybe make top 500 at some point then is what it is. But that's the problem. People don't want to do that shit. They don't want to put in the time, the effort, the money, or not the money, but like time and effort is what it is there to make themselves better off is what it is because they just want to be a bunch of dickheads is what it is then. So unfortunately that's the thing. You can't really fix stupid, you know. You just got to deal with it accordingly is what it is then. So anyway, but yeah, it's very fucking infuriating, dude, because it's like you could just as easily not be a dipshit, do what needs to be fucking done, you know, allow people to get ahead quicker and be able to have a better overall clan instead of just having the rest of us carry your dumbass every fucking 5 minutes is what it is there. And then actively screw over some of us who actually can carry shit from being able to jump into the fucking rallies and stuff like that because you're taking up a spot is what it is. So yeah, it's just super infuriating is what it is. Like, thankfully I eventually get the shit done, but it's just irritating as fuck when it's like, you know, you're trying to get all your accounts in the thing at the same time and this dickhead comes along and just throws one in there is what it is and throws your monkey wrench in there is what it is there. So anyway, not really much can be done about that, unfortunately. It's just, yeah, it's just dumbass behavior. That's what it is. So it's more of an irritant than anything else is what it would be then. So anywho, what was I saying then? Oh yeah, that's right. So yeah, so basically it's just people just being idiots basically is what it is. So and unfortunately that does kind of become a fuck around, find out kind of thing. So anyways, I will say one thing though. After watching the current season of From, that show is getting really interesting, dude. For the last couple episodes now, like they're not really doing a ton per episode, but they're doing enough to where it's like it's keeping you interested for sure. And I definitely think it's going to be a really fucking crazy season before it's all said and done there. I can easily see this being probably one of the better seasons this go around then. So when I get this call to arms to white to 65, it will give me a plus 345 crew capacity and a plus 22 crew defense. I don't know if that's going to be able to be gotten at 3.1 star or not, though. So we'll figure that out later. But as it is right now, I am at 12 mil. I've got 450 worth of attacks to go right now, which is 10 per thing, obviously, so it's like 45 really. But I'm going to try and get these done before 12 right now, so I can at least get my my stuff a little further up than that's what it'll be. Yeah, and that's another thing too, going back to the whole pay-to-win thing. Like, that's when you could just never make top 20 in the Survivor challenges unless you're doing like a fuck ton of stuff. Like recently, like I said there, it's like I won one the other day in the network account, but that was only because like nobody was on at that time because it was like 1:30 in the morning, whatever it was. And then I'm not sure who's all where at, if it's US or if it's other places too, for that matter. But yeah, I was able to get enough stuff off of that one because I had my I got my T10 thing done for the tech, and so I was able to get ahead a little bit on that one and make myself better is what it was, and then win. And unfortunately, though, there's other times where you can't get that stuff done. And yeah, like I said, it really does piss me off that I fucked myself over this morning, not realizing like where I was at for the grabs for the things, and I end up wasting 10 on a bunch of fucking badge stuff. Because the problem that sucked there was I got one green badge, one blue badge, which are the two lowest you can get. Didn't get a epic or a legendary one at all, and I believe it was like 8 things of salt stuff. Whereas if I had been hitting it on the right side, or I should say the left side, which is the boxing bag, I could have potentially gotten like either 8 fragments, 10. Well, it could have been potentially 10 fragments of stuff, or even a card for that matter, and like 9 fragments, or it could have been like 8 fragments and fucking 2 badges or something like that. Or it could even been like, 5 fragments and 3 badges and then a card and something else, then what it is or whatever. So, who knows? But yeah, it just pisses me off that I fucked up like that. And that's the first time I fucked up like that. And I think it was just because pure exhaustion, unfortunately, just crept in. So hopefully we do what a day is what it is, though. But I don't know. It depends. Because we got about 2.5 hours, give or take, until we got to do my my thing here is what it is. I think what I'm going to do here in a little bit, then is all I will. Leading up to that, I'm going to go cook some bacon. Probably just cook the rest of that pack of bacon and just. I was originally going to bake it, but then I'm like, I'll just fry it up, dude. It's just easier that way. Although, to be fair, like, is it better to fry it? Or is it, it's hard to say now. Maybe I should just, I think maybe I probably got the time, so I probably could just bake the motherfucking shit, because it should only take like 15 minutes or something to do that, versus if I'd be frying it, it would take like a lot longer, because it's usually about 15, 20 minutes to do that then per set, and then it would have to be at least 3 sets done. So when it's all said and done, it would be a lot more time consuming than if I just put a bunch on a sheet and do it that way is what it is then. So I think I will do the sheet is what it is there. Just go find a good recipe for how to do it, and then like time wise of how to put it on there for and stuff like that, and hopefully it'll cook all the way through is what it is then. So, but anyway, yeah, I think that's where I'm gonna go to here in a few minutes is what it'll be then. But yeah, it'll definitely be interesting to see what happens with the next episode here from in the next few days is when it comes out. I think it's like Saturday or Sunday. Yeah, that'll be fucking very interesting to see, because obviously the way the last episode ended was basically you had the chick that had escaped the fucking town now going back to the town because you had them being in an ambulance and the fucking driver of the ambulance is like, hey, there's a tree in the road. It's like, yep, now you're back in the fucking town again. So, and I know from the previews they were showing it was supposed to be the cop lady who is in there now. Is basically facing off with the creatures trying to kill him and stuff like that with her police issued Glock or SIG, where the hell it is then. So it's like, yeah, good luck with that, lady. It ain't gonna happen. I'm kind of thinking they might kill off Randall in this thing because of the fact that he's all surrounded by creatures in the one preview and stuff. And I just don't see them letting him live, honestly. Like, I think they're definitely going to kill off a few people that are like, which kind of sucks though, because as much of an asshole as Randall's character has been this entire series so far, since when he came into season 2, there's what it was. He's enough of a dick that I think he could be redeemed if given a chance. And I really hope they don't kill him off like I think they're going to, because there's so many other shittier characters they could kill off right now. And it would have just as much of an impact, honestly. Or it would have, basically like, okay, you're going to, take out some people, whatever, then to be the case then kind of thing. It's like whatever kind of shit. But yeah, with him, I think there's like enough there to where the fact that he was like part of like a main storyline in the second season there, and the fact that he hasn't really done much of anything this current season so far, like, but he seems to be almost redeeming himself as a character, if you will. It's getting me to a point right now where it's like I really want to see the guy live, is what it is, if that makes sense. Because I feel like there's a redeeming quality there someplace. I don't know what yet, but it would be nice to have them flush that out, if you will. And not just, kill the guy off or whatever then. For nothing, basically. Because it would be for nothing at this point, honestly. It would be, like, essentially what it would be is it would be like, oh, well, he saved some people. It's like, yeah, you could have had anybody else do the same fucking thing, dude. Like, it's just dumb to, go down that road and stuff. So, anyway. But yeah, it's like, I think it could be better than it is, but unfortunately it's not. It's like I don't know what it is, dude. Like the first couple seasons, like the first season, like there was definitely a little bit of lag there, a little bit of drag there, but it was also, you could basically marathon the shit at that time. Second season, watching week to week and then rewatching recently, like there was a little bit of slowness there as well. But this third season, bro, like, dude, it is a fucking like super slow burn. Like it's basically lighting up a cigarette and the motherfucker's still, like barely just off the fucking first drag after like 3 hours or something like that kind of thing. It's like the Infi cigarette basically or something like that, where it's like you take like a puff or a couple puffs and it's like still like barely anything burned off the front of it is what it is there or something. So it's just crazy, man. But anyway. But yeah, going back to game stuff though for a minute before we leave. It is kind of shitty to see, what has happened to like so many decent regions, and it's just people just leaving them for other places and then essentially turning them into dead regions. And the problem there is that then you have the game makers creating all these new regions and stuff instead of just being like, hey, how about you take the old regions that are kind of dead, but people are still, halfway decent in them or whatever the case be, and you just start merging those together, man. Merge 5 or 10 of those together at once then, and give people a chance to actually get ahead is what it is there for nothing, instead of just, screwing them out of money to go relocate to a different places what it is then. Which really, I'm sorry, but even like, if you've never, like, my thing like this is what the whole thing is right now. If people have never left their original region and there's like relocation and stuff, they should be given a chance to relocate for free once. Like no matter what. Like as long as, like, that's the thing. I would say, well, there should be two caveats to that, obviously. if you've already spent a ton of money, like, no, fuck you, we already know you got money is what it is, then you can pay to get out of there or whatever. But like, if you never spent a dime or whatever at that point, or you spent like very little money or whatever the case be, like under $100 or something like that, you should be able to leave then very easily, and not have to pay your way out and shit like that. Versus, having to pay every single time, and then, yeah, it's just basically what I think is, I almost think it's a way to like incentivize against leaving in some cases. But the problem with that is like, you're not really incentivizing people not to leave. What you're incentivizing them to do is like find a good region and just stay there is what it is. And unfortunately, when you are putting them into a shit region because you're merging stuff together that they don't want to be with or whatever the case be, then all you're doing is basically creating hostile environments and stuff like that to where they have to leave those places. So, yeah, you're like fucked on both sets is what it is. There is what it is, man. It just sucks ass. So anyway, but yeah, I think my plan will be for the next go around here. I'm gonna make Rosita a thing at some point. Then I'm at 27 on 100 right now, so if I can get the 15 today, it'll put me up to 42. So I'm like 58 away then on that, so that's pretty good. And then I think we are getting, trying to see here now. Oh yeah, forgot I could do that right now. Yeah, I haven't got my scavenge market today. I'll do that right now then. So that's 30 on that. Plus the I forgot about the scavenge market and the flasks and stuff. Yeah, so that's another 56 right there. So I can get another day cleared off of that one for the last account then. So that puts us up to 57. So that'd be plus 15 would be 72. So yeah, I'll have enough to get the bandana or headband for Rosita then later. I just need to be able to get enough stuff to get it. That was what it is. So I don't think I have quite enough guys yet. Or do I? No, actually, no, I do. I'm sorry. Yeah, I got enough bike helmets so I can get that done then. So yeah, it's just needing the ingredients is what it is then for the rest of the anvils to be able to get the stuff done there is what it is. So yeah, but for 2,000 rubies, which I think is a little expensive too, by the way. It should be a couple hundred, honestly. You get 30 anvils, 56 flasks, and 10 hours of speed ups then. So, but anyway, take my level 100 Pamela here. And then do Mercer on this one and Laura on this one. I think we'll reposition. What's her name also to that? Giving us the opportunity to have all the good stuff. So. Anyway. Yeah, so from F5 to F1 right now, my F5 is just over 4 million. My F4 is 4.1 million. My F3 is 4.29 million. It's almost 4.3 million. My F2 is 4.33 million. And my F1 is 4.6 million. So, and that one will be getting a little bit higher as soon as I can get to Rick or somebody like that up. Actually, if I can get 10 more Negans, my F4 will go up quite a bit then, because really I need to get 120 more Negans fragments, because if I can do that, we can get to 105 then, and I can up his crew set from 520 to 676. And that'll be a big fucking game changer then. Whereas right now, when I get them to 104, it won't do a whole lot. It'll up them a little bit fighter capacity wise. But yeah, when it gets up to 105 though, and I can get the power hitter and get a march capacity increase and a crew attack increase. So it'd be march capacity would go from 520 plus 520 to plus 676. So it adds another 156 then to it. And then it also has another 10% crew attack to it. Like that's going to be a big fucking game changer at 105. But it'll take a long time to do that right now. It'll be at least another season for sure. And that's us getting top 3 in next season potentially. And then of course having extra stuff for the season reward stuff is what it is there. Because right now I can get, what is it, 50 I think, right? Yeah, 50. So I'd have enough to have them up to 40 of 110. I believe what it'll be then. So need to figure out how much stuff I'll be able to get this season right now. Okay, so we will take 150. So I'll have about 157,000 tokens. So I need to figure that out right now. Make sure I can get what I need to get this season then. After the fact. So let's see. A Negan is thousands. That'd be 25K. So that leaves us with 132, give or take. So I need to get the rest of the Patricks. That'll be 60. I need of that. So that'd be 150, 300. So that'd be. Oh, wait, now how many Patricks do I have right now? Oh, never mind. I'll get all those. Yeah, because it'll be. I'm only at a 4-3 right now. I thought I was at a 4-4 right now. Yeah, so that'd be 60 to upgrade them then. It'd be another 90 after that, so that's 150. Right? Yeah, so that'd be. Okay, so I only need 150. So that'd be, I think, half of what I would need on the thing. That's what it is then, I believe. Let me check that just to make sure now. So that should be 2 everything then. Yeah, 2, and then it'd be 300. So that'd be. So half of that would be 75. So I need 75 of those. And then get all the long ranges I can carry, and whatever's left, I think I'm going to go for a couple legendary survivor fragments, aka the hats. So yeah, they really need to not have the dogs be 5K a fucking piece, dude, for a 2-pack. That's just ridiculous. It's way overpriced. What it is. It's like the same thing with the hour speed ups and stuff. You get 2 for 600. It's like that should be like 350 or 400, dude, for that at most. So, or at least it should be. If you're gonna charge me 600, at least give me a fucking 5-pack then, for God's sakes. But anyway. But yeah, we'll end up with I had 15 left after the last go around. So with this go around, we'll end up as 4th place. We will end up with 40 tokens. So we end up with 55 then. So we still need another 45 to get a skin of some kind, which at some point down the road will either be this current skin for this season, which would be the Roadside Motel, or it would be one of the other ones. Maybe the Kingdom School or something. I don't know. Maybe a Bear Cave. I have pretty much everything else. I don't think I got casino ever, did I? I don't think I did. I don't think I got that yet. Yeah, we got Twin Oaks, we got crematorium, we got junkyard and amusement park, we got the Sanctity Villa, got the steakhouse. Yeah, I don't think we got casino yet. So we need to get casino. We need to get roadside motel for sure. Then at some point. So, but anyway, on that note, I'm going to leave it at that. I'm going to call my chiropractor, set up an appointment later this afternoon, and then I'm going to make some food after that. Is what it'll be, and get ready for lines we cross and get ready to go out for the day. Then. So. Till later. I will see you guys in the next one. Have a good one, y'all. Stay safe, vigilant, all that good stuff like that, and always be playing. And always make sure that you are doing survivor challenges every few hours because it's worth it, man. It's worth it. Even if it means, doing it like the last 10, 15 minutes of the fucking thing or whatever, and then just doing the first one like 5, 10 minutes later or something like that, Because it doesn't take that long to get the first 2 things at all in any of those. So you can easily do something like that where it's like, spend like 3 hours and 50 minutes doing nothing and then spend the next 25 minutes or something like that, or 20 minutes, whatever it takes you, honestly, doing something there, and you can get 2 for 1 in the time span of like about 20, 30 minute time span is what it is there doing stuff. So anyway, but yeah, other than that though, I'll see you guys on the next one. Peace out, y'all. Later.